Could it have been a strategy bound to fail from the beginning? This is a question that has East Africa's biggest economy questioning its relationship with some of its neighbors and partners to the community. Kenya feels betrayed. Even the candidate Amina Mohammed, who spent countless hours on air transversing the continent, meeting 53 leaders, did not see it coming.
Elections were proof of that you have a really divided continent, a highly divided continent, that 16 countries abstained, right, from his final vote, is a clear manifestation of that.
It is apparent that one of Kenya's top allies, Uganda, did not vote in favor of Kenya. Though the single vote could have not been the decider, but it still raises questions. By not voting, Uganda may have inevitably handed over the prize to Chad. It is also possible that by abstaining, Uganda was technically starving Chad of the required 2/3 majority. This act has now Amina questioning the relationship between Kenya and her neighbors.
We are very honest people, so it's difficult to deal with deceptive people. So I think going forward, it's a good lesson to learn. If we ever vie for a continental position, that we have to take all that into consideration.
It's also emerging that Djibouti and Burundi also decamped to vote for Chad in the final round. Uganda may have been driven by its desire to be the leading light in the community, a position Amina's candidature and success threatened. It may be also because Uganda was boxed to the corner by its French business partners. But as Mohammed was blaming the allies, Majority Leader Aden Duale blamed the civil society, which he accused of exporting ICC issues to the African Union.
Too many ongoing civil society groups, those of us, myself and Chairman Givinji, we know them, so there were a number of, I'm sure, and they were saying they felt very uncomfortable with having a Kenyan candidate.
But Wiper leader Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka says massive corruption and misrule by the Jubilee regime cost CS Amina Mohammed the plum job.
Lakini ameshindwa na mtu wa Chad baada ya hawa watu Jubilee kutumia mamilioni na mamilioni kuonyesha hata Afrika Mashariki haina imani na uongozi wa Jubilee. Kwa hivyo kama hii Jubilee wamekataliwa na majirani, ni serikali aina gani?
Ambassador Mohammed successfully lobbied the AU to pass a resolution demanding that no sitting head of state be arrested and handed over to the International Criminal Court, ICC. Kenya remains the toughest critic of the International Criminal Court in the region. But there is another school of thought that is advancing the theory of fatigue. Kenya has used the African Union before to achieve its aim. Hence, this could have been a protest vote against a country that is self-seeking and self-serving. Amina's win will have placed the instruments of the African Union at Kenya's disposal. Still, there are those who believe the strategy was wrong from the beginning. While the government concentrated on convincing the other countries to vote for Mohammed, it did not have a fallback plan on how to utilize the losers from other countries whose delegates could have been instrumental in propelling Mohammed to the top. They planned on the numbers but failed to consider the fallout as a result of loss in the initial rounds of voting. These are the countries that voted for Chad. It's not clear what Ambassador Mohammed's next move is. What is certain is the diplomatic review of allegiances at Harambee House. Ken Mijungu, NTV.